Uh, Welcome to Live Up to Freedom. Thank you so much for joining me today as we broke the rules and are live on a Thursday. I normally do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but I figured we have to do this. We have to do this. Too much going on, too much to talk about, too much to expose, too much beef to pick. So here we are live on WorldViewTube.com, WorldViewTube, Rumble, and X, WorldViewTube app, which you can get access to for free on your App Store, regardless of Android or Apple user you might be. We're also live on X, America News on X, and we are live on all of my platforms on Rumble, YouTube, Facebook, and Substack. As always, I will look that way. I will check your comments, questions, suggestions, agreement, disagreements. However, today there's one new thing I'm going to do. If anyone comes on the comments section with Islamic or Islamic revolution or Islamic government's propaganda, you are immediately blocked. Hi, Lori. Good to see you. So, yes, other than that, it's open. Go ahead and tell me if you've heard something you need confirmed or whatever the case might be. So why don't we start with some updates on Iran? I'm sure those of you who are on social media have noticed there's a peak of reports for last 5 hours or a little less. So we're just going to show you some videos of today. This is all today of Iran. That is Thursday of Iran. And I will give you the updates. If you remember, I said on my show that Prince Pahlavi has put a call to action, official first call to action, for Thursday night Iran time for people to chant without telling them what to chant. He said at 8 p.m. local time Iran, which would have been 10:30 a.m. Eastern time, I want you to chant. Oh boy, I am such a proud Iranian as I sit here. Did they answer to that call? Right at 8 p.m. Eastern time, millions took on the streets. They chanted a uniform chant. Death to Khamenei, long live the king, and this is the last battle. Pahlavi is coming back. They took it even further. They have, as of right now, there has been 3 police departments that was set on fire. 1 more extra Islamic seminary put on fire. Police cars, riot police cars and riot police motorcycles have been set on fire. They are burning any banner with faces of Khamenei, or Qasem Soleimani on it. They're also taking down as many Islamic flag of Iran as they can, and you'll see in all of these videos and pictures as they come up that they are waving the lion and sun flag, which is the original flag of Iran. Many thinks it's specifically for the Pahlavi time. It's not. There were some adjustments, but what you see waving is of Iran's original flag of recent modern history. There are 332 cities involved, last I checked, as of right now. Right now it is 4:07 here. What time is it? Not 4:07, 4:05. So that will put us at 12:35 a.m. into Friday of Iran, and the streets are still packed with people warmed up with fire, as someone said on one of the videos, because it is, in some areas, I was told it is 10 degrees outside and people are out keeping themselves warm with fire. That is off of riot police cars and motorcycles. I know my face is going to speak out loud, so just go with it, people. Updates, more updates. Islamic Republic of Iran tried to cut off internet. They did cut off internet. There was a momentary report that says internet blackout across Iran, and within minutes, people were online again. And that is, though I am a big critic of Elon Musk, thanks to Elon Musk, thousands of Starlinks were available for Iranians. So within minutes, Iranians were back online. Videos were pouring out. And that's the technique regime uses. They do the internet blackout so people can send their own videos so propaganda machine can take over. Anyhow, people are back online. Then the second attempt was to shut off signals to cell phones and landlines and all of that, which again didn't work because Iran International put out an app a while ago that Iranians installed for free, just like a Starlink. It is provided to Iranians for free, that allows all people who have that app to be connected without needing Wi-Fi signal or any of that. So that attempt also failed, where regime couldn't disconnect people from each other inside Iran or disconnect them from all of us out here. I have watched and sorted through a good 600 or so videos since 10 a.m. this morning. I have posted plenty of them. As you can see, we're playing some of them, but they're also posted on my Facebook and Substack with description, explanation. And again, we still have tomorrow night of Iran time, which is 10:30 a.m. Eastern time, Friday again. And the call to action by Prince Pahlavi was tonight and tomorrow night, Thursday and Friday night local time, Iran. After that, he will be releasing his second call to action, and many of us are actually anxiously awaiting that call. He did say pending the results of Thursday and Friday, but just tonight by itself has proven that he did receive the answer he was looking for. And you see, I'm going to not sidetrack, but I'm going to quickly talk about something that's a lesson here. Of course, we're going to talk about it in more depth and detail, but, there's a lot of talk of last thing Iranians need is, a dictator, monarch, blah, 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 blah. When was the last time you saw a dictator ask the people of a nation to tell him if they care for him to even be the leader of the revolution, let alone the leader of the country? Dictators show up, take over, like Khomeini did. Remember? Khomeini just flew on a plane in 79 to Iran from France, where he was exiled to. And his most popular moment from that day was when a French reporter in the plane on their way to Tehran asked him, "What do you feel as you go back to Iran?" And he looked at him and said, "I don't feel anything." However, he showed up, he took over. Though it was, technically it was breaking few international laws, but as we don't care about him today, we didn't care about him in 79 either. See, that's what a dictator does. A dictator just shows up, takes power. But Reza Pahlavi put out a call. Let me know Thursday and Friday. Let me know where would you like this to go. And again, millions were out. The chants were uniform, as I said. Death to Khamenei, long live the king, and this is the last battle. Pahlavi will return. Now, there are also certain videos, you can find them, they're everywhere. Iranians took it a step further, love them. They chanted in English, so nobody could say it's voiceover, nobody could say Ina Cyrus is mistranslating, that's not what the chants are about. And the mainstream media and alternative media cannot continue saying this is about people not having enough money. So they made sure to chant also in English, and the English chant was King Reza Pahlavi, Javid Shah, long live the king. King Reza Pahlavi. Now, I want to translate the English for my English-speaking audience. They didn't chant in English. They didn't chant, "This is the last battle, Pahlavi will return." They didn't chant, "Death to Khamenei." And trust me, there are enough Iranians in that crowd to know how to translate and say these in English, and the rest of people repeating after them. They specifically in English chanted, "King Reza Pahlavi." This is the answer to anyone and everyone, especially our main topic today, which we will get to that dissection that I promised last night at the end of second or early third segment. People like Rudy Giuliani and the rest of the Republicans and the Democrats and the propaganda machine and the mainstream media and the alternative media whom says the last thing people of Iran need right now is a monarch. So what do you say to millions who took the streets of Tehran chanting king? They didn't say Reza Pahlavi. They specifically said King Reza Pahlavi. Mind you, as of right now, the status of Reza Pahlavi, as you have heard me say, others say, Sean Hannity say, is Crown Prince Pahlavi. People of Iran just promoted him to King Reza Pahlavi. How's that for an answer by the people of Iran? Not the Islamophobe Iranian American, not the leftist, not the righty, not the MEK, not the, by the people of Iran. And somebody said to one of my posts that, well, those who aren't on the streets may not want him as king or want him at all. Well, those who aren't on the street should get on the street and voice their voice. How's that for an answer? You know, when 79 revolution happened, majority of people weren't out. I have told you on my stories that my grandma actually kept saying that we thought they're going to get tired and go home. They're going to get tired and go home. But then later, anyone who complained about what those on the street did, the answer by those on the street was, if you didn't want Khomeini, you should have come out and oppose us. So I'm going to return the favor. If you're an Iranian inside Iran who doesn't want King Pahlavi, you should be on the streets in 10 degrees cold and chant your desire, your choice. Where are you? So that is countered as well. Bottom line is, and again, I will repeat, tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, there will be the second day, our time, night Iran, in a row for Iranian people to have the chance on unity. This call by Reza Pahlavi, again, go back and watch his video. It is available on my page, including Laura Loomer's page, many other Iran International page with English subtitle. He didn't tell people what to chant. He said, show up, or even if you're home, let your voices be heard, unified, and chant whatever you want to chant. And they chose to chant King Reza Pahlavi. So as we close our first segment to go to our ad break, and when we come back, I will check the comment section, guys. Keep your comments coming. I do see them from the side of my eye. As we close this one segment with wonderful updates from inside Iran, regardless of the attempt by the regime to cut them off from outside world, praise the Lord, they continued sending us their voices and their videos. And the bottom line is, even the blind can conclude that Iranian people have chosen a king, and that is King Reza Pahlavi. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Life is too short to spend a single moment spinning in laundry worries. Take a load off your mind with the all-new Norwex Powerzyme laundry detergent. This natural detergent harnesses the power of enzymes and plant-based surfactants to leave fabrics fresh and clean without fillers, brighteners, synthetic fragrances, bleach, or harsh chemicals. So go ahead, have your cake and eat it too. More than ever, stressful stains have met their match. Powerzyme's fast-acting enzymes break down organic substances while natural surfactants loosen locked-in dirt and oil, removing residue, stains, and odors with ease. With 91% bio-based ingredients, this dermatologist-tested hypoallergenic formula is suitable for sensitive skin types and delivers a safe and effective clean that won't harm you or the planet's waterways. Less time spent worrying about laundry means you can focus on what truly matters. Norwex Powerzyme Laundry Detergent. Discover the power of nature and load up on confidence.
Welcome back to Live Up to Freedom. Thank you so much for staying with me until now. And yes, I will invite you to check out cyruswellness.com. First, I should give a shout out to those of you who placed an order, and I pray that you like the products. 2 of you reached out to me. I'm glad you did. go to cyruswellness.com, as I said, like a broken record that I am. This isn't me asking you to spend extra. This is me asking you to switch to a much better product that is 100% chemical free, works extremely good. I have used their product for last 6 months. I can't claim I have used all of their products because, I haven't. They have too many products for me to try all of them. But I have used their basics, including hygiene, skincare, cleaning supplies, cloth, and mop. Their mop is amazing. If you have 3 cats at home like me, and you have long hairs like me, you need that mop. There is no point of return from that mop. It just changes your life. So as I said, my top 3 right now: window cloth, mop, and makeup remover cloth. Like literally just works with water. You don't need anything. And it's pretty amazing when your makeup remover pad, you just use water to remove your waterproof makeup. That's pretty impressive. So those are my top 3 no can do without. And of course, I do also, it's been a good 2 months that I have switched fully to their laundry detergent. If you do that, well, you help yourself saving money, having good product, being more healthy around the house. And also you help me because, well, my affiliation with them, that's how it works. Percentage of your purchase will come to me to continue doing what I do. So that's cyruswellness.com, cyruswellness.com. Let's head over to the comment section, starting with Facebook. Hello, Larry. Good to see you. And hi, Ann on Facebook. Good afternoon, Bill on YouTube. Bill says Hitler did the same kind of thing. In World War II, he used the media for his own gain, and when people tried to get a message out, he would destroy phone lines. If the people of Iran want to have a king or a queen, good for them, as long as they have laws to hold king and queens and people of the state accountable. The United States should stay out of it unless the Iranian people ask for help. I agree with everything you said, Bill, 100%. And then, Amen, James, stand up for your country, dear people of Iran. They are. They have been. Stephen says, now, those oppressors of the Iranian people would seek asylum in Germany or France. The axis of evil were resuscitate again, a question mark. That is correct. Actually, earlier this morning, there were reports that Pezeshkian, the president of Iran, and Ghalibaf have been trying to get asylum for some of their, not themselves, some of their family members in Germany and France. I do not have an update if approved or declined, but as soon as I do, I will post them on my pages. I did post the news of them seeking asylum or their family members, but if I hear any updates, I'll let you know. Good to see you, Anne. That is Anne Rapture Ready on YouTube. Amen, William. Free Iran, and still praying for Iran, says Anne. Yes, keep them in your prayers, especially now. In the last 4 hours, they have stunned the world. Amazing. Lori said, I saw some reports that some Iranians are calling for Trump to help. Do you know anything about that, Annie? I do. I do know. I have seen one video of a young lady in Iran with the English text typed on a paper saying, President Trump, do not let them kill us. I have seen that. Have I heard anything on the chance? No. As I said, the chants and the vocalized goal is pretty united and clear and focused. Teresa said, I heard a reporter ask JD about helping the people of Iran. Yes, he did say we stand by the freedom fighters of Iran. He did say that. John says, praying for safety for you. Thank you, Brannon, Prince Pahlavi, and for the people of Iran. Praying that Worldview Tube won't be taken down again. We do need those prayers. Thank you. Appreciate it. And praying for Iranian people will be safe. We do the same. But we also know that there will be those who will be hurt. Hey, we have Dylan on a Rumble and Sharon on a Worldview Tube Rumble. Been waiting an hour. Hello from Indiana, praying for you and Iranians. Thank you. Yes, as Brandon was concluding his radio, I hopped on for like 5 minutes, and he kindly announced that I will be live in an hour with updates. If I could, Sharon, I would be on earlier, but it's just been so much going on today. Do you think Israel will help? This is Lori asking on Substack. They said earlier they would if the people went up against the regime. Israel has already been helping. Israel has been genuinely and properly helping the people of Iran, not just today, not just last 12 days, which, by the way, I'm going to say this, I shouldn't, but I will. 12 days of Israel-Iran war, and today marked the 12th day of the uprising. And for some reason in my head, I was worried if something of blockage would come in, it would be tomorrow. So let's pray I'm incorrect. But yes, Lori, Israel has been genuinely, properly, with action, not just talks, have been helping people of Iran since day one of the 12 days war until today. And I mean, I can't give too much details, but they have. They have been helping Iranian people, and they will continue. Chef 509, no, sorry, Chef 5094, Annie asked my post on Truth Social directly to real Donald Trump, telling him to stay out of Iran unless he meets and speaks with Reza Pahlavi or his family members. Believe it was his son-in-law. I appreciate you doing that. We do need more pressure, but since we're there, why don't we do this? Let's go ahead and play the video that came out earlier this morning. We now have a decision by President Trump on his decision of meeting with Reza Pahlavi. His own voice. Let's hear it.
Would you meet with Crown Prince Pahlavi, who is the heir to the constitutional monarchy? He doesn't want to rule. He would be a symbolic ruler like King Charles.
Well, I've watched him, and he seems like a nice person, but I'm not sure that it would be appropriate at this point to do that as president. I think that we should let everybody go out there and we see who emerges. I'm not sure necessarily that it would be an appropriate thing to do.
I apologize, Thomas. Is it okay if you play that one more time?
Would you meet with Crown Prince Pahlavi, who is the heir to the constitutional monarchy? He doesn't want to rule. He would be a symbolic ruler like King Charles.
Well, I've watched him, and he seems like a nice person, but I'm not sure that it would be appropriate at this point to do that as president. I think that we should let everybody go out there and we see who emerges. I'm not sure necessarily that it would be an appropriate thing to do.
I have promised to be kind. 1, Mr. Hugh, it's Pahlavi. It's all that hard. Pahlavi. Seriously, how did you make it this far in your career? It's Pahlavi. Secondly, Mr. Hugh, I would like to know, where did you get the information that he's going to be symbolic like Charles? Where did you get that information? Because that's hilarious. Now to President Trump. I will talk to you as an American first. So let's do this. Mr. President Trump, you are my president because I am a naturalized, proud American citizen. I would like to know what part of meeting with Erdogan, Saudi Crown Prince, Mohammed al-Giuliani, aka al-Shara, or even elect mayor at time, Zohran Mamdani, was so appropriate as a president. I'm going to now talk to you as someone who I think have proven her credentials in history when it comes to this specific arena of politics. There is a given bullet point, talking point, and tone in history, modern history of human society, specifically Western countries, that has its own tone and it has never changed. And that is the talking point of, well, let everybody get out there and see who emerges. The signal it provides you, the signal your brain picks up is, oh, we're staying neutral. But the unspoken words within that talking point has always been, this person is not my candidate. We're gonna have to not endorse him. So later, when we push our own preferred person in power, we say we were neutral. It just happened. Now, let me talk to you as an Iranian. President Trump, a lot of Americans have come at me revoking my American citizenship by words and calling me an anti-America when I have pointed out that when you were called to help, you never helped. When you weren't called to help, you decided to jump in and do the wrong thing. I thank you today for this statement and this decision, as you just proved me right, regardless of how many people, when I turn my head to the comment section, are coming at me with everything they got. When you shake hands with an Al-Qaeda leader with American blood on his hands and call him a good guy who's a great leader, and when you giggle with a socialist Islamist elect mayor and call him a good guy who's going to do great things for New York City, and when you stand next to Erdogan with, again, American blood on his hands and call him a great man who's done great things for his nation, and then refuse to meet with a man with his entire dynasty blood and heritage having zero ever conflict, argument, a slap in the face, a spit in the face, or a blood of American on their hands, you show your exact agenda. The only question left for me as an American, as an Iranian, and as an investigative journalist left before I close my segment here is, Mr. President, have you chosen a side as history is being made? Or have you decided to back some of your greatest allies, such as Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and Rudy Giuliani? I know I won't get the answer from you, but we will get that answer very soon. Thankfully, this one we don't have to wait too long. And history will remember the very answer that I know the answer, but it's yours to tell the American people and the world, as you call yourself, the man who's going to bring peace to the world. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Well, hello everybody. It's Annie Cyrus. Welcome to my art studio where all the magic happens. This is the station for painting, and that is the station for all the resin art I do. If you want to check out my art, all you gotta do is go to lutfstudio.com. Finish this painting, but I'm sure, or at least I hope, I'll see you at lutfstudio.com. Welcome back to Live Up to Freedom. Thank you so very much for staying with me until now. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you commenting. I appreciate you sharing the feed. I appreciate you supporting me financially through cyruswellness.com or my artist studio, where I make handmade pieces of art, majority of them resin. Sometimes, I don't know when, I will bring back my abstract paintings. And yes, they look way better than Hunter's paintings, but they do not sell for millions of dollars. Use promo code mission on when you go to lutfstudio.com. Use promo code mission for extra discount. And I need to add, I had an email. I will reply in person as well, but it was a question about some of the necklaces I wear. I don't have one on today, that they look like they're made of glass. And if I made them or not, yes, they do look like glass because they're resin. So resin is where it cures into a glass shape, but it is not breakable. So that's the beauty of it. Yes, I did make those. I do make more. I'm sure you can understand right now it's a little hard to be either creative or have the decent time gap to get into my basement and create, but I will, Lord willing, soon. Putin is human. He can't get everything right. There is a few things I don't agree with at all. We choose the lesser of two evil like we have to do in every election. This is from Wendy. I do agree with you, Wendy, 100%. None of us can get everything right, but we all go through our process of life. First of all, when we choose to become the leader of the free world, we know the responsibility that comes with it. So a simple, I'm sorry, I got it wrong, doesn't work. However, also, there are very few windows in our normal life, human life, where it is too important to get it right for us to be passive and not worry about getting it right. And if you would allow me to say, this is one of those times, this is one of those times. By being the commander of chief in America, and let me switch over to being just an American for a minute. What happens in Iran can have a huge impact on Americans inside America, from economy to national security to safety to you name it. So even if this wasn't, like, I'm thinking a lot of Americans out there who are either not paying attention or don't care or cover up for Trump's undecisive mood, they should look at it that way. Like, wait, if Iran is a free Iran, it matters to us as well. So if President Trump shakes hands with Giuliani, we all said that could endanger Americans for the fact that now we have alliance with Syria. There's a Syrian embassy under the protection of diplomacy. They can do a lot of damage, right? When there was a base given to Qatar, we said the same thing. So maybe it's time to say the same thing, that if he would take this serious, again, I know he's taking it serious, right? I know too much about this game to tell myself this is a mistake, he's not getting it right. But I understand where some of you come from. I understand some of you love him to a point where it hurts to face it as a coordinated mistake rather than saying, well, he's a human. His advisors are not good people. The person who told him something, we've seen this happening, not just with Trump, but every president. They always had the group of people who protected them, regardless of how much good or bad they did. So I'm not holding this against anyone. I'm just doing my job. And then on a personal level, from an American and an Iranian, speaking my mind. This is one of the times that getting it wrong can be, well, many Americans say that they wish they could take back what Carter did to the Iranian people. Let's pray we don't have to, 20 years from today, say, we wish we could take back what Trump did to Iranian people. It's just a hope, I guess. Something like that. Trump needs Annie in his cabinet as advisor to school him about Iran and what should be done or not to do. Thank you, Annie. You're welcome, Jerry. I wish he would listen. Not even part of his cabinet. I wish he would listen, but, well, he doesn't. Okay, we need to get to a very important topic. I will come back to your comments, guys. I'm not done. I will come back to your comments, but this is too important. Yesterday on Brown House Live, last night I should say, he kindly brought me on to talk about Rudy Giuliani. Thomas, I think at the bottom of the first email is the tweet he put out, if we can put it up. Rudy Giuliani put out a tweet yesterday bashing Crown Prince Pahlavi and his father. And of course, I posted that tweet, plus a bunch of pictures, and Brennan allowed me to come on his show and talk about it. Perfect. The last thing Iran needs after the Ayatollah is the Nepo baby Shah. Shah means king. I've been working for Iranian freedom for many years. I've never seen this Nepo baby do a darn thing for the Iranian people except live luxuriously off the wealth stolen from them. In 1953, England, the US, and the CIA displaced Iranian democracy with the crooked and brutal monarchy of the Pahlavi family. Let's not make the same mistake twice. The good people of Iran don't want the homicidal Pahlavi secret police, the Sabak, taking over the torture from the Iranian guard. Okay, a few things I'm gonna say because I have a lot to talk to you about Giuliani and his love of MEK. Number one, Mr. Giuliani, and what gives you the authority to tell Iranian people what they need or don't need? What is it exactly you've done for freedom of Iranian people? I'm not going to dispute your accusation and a smear campaign against Crown Prince Pahlavi for a minute. I'm just going to ask you this. What is the tangible action you have taken? Aside receiving between 20,000 and 100,000 per appearances at MEK events for last 15 years. Did you spend any of that money on helping Iranian people, or were you told not to? Were you involved? Oh, wait, you are a former mayor, so you didn't even have federal access to make a law or pass a legislation or force for sanctions on Iran. So let me ask you again, Mr. Mayor, what have you done aside receiving money and putting tweets out and going to fancy trips to France and different states of America to appear as keynote speaker for MEK? Aside that, what have you done for the freedom of people of Iran? Now, you are known as America's mayor because you stood on the ashes of New York City after September 11. To this day, you call out those who vote for Islamists. On your doubling down yesterday and having Ali Reza on your show, who's the operator for MEK, at the beginning of your show, which we will play in a minute, you started with saying, I can't believe how people voted for mayor of Minnesota the same way they voted for this communist Islamist Mamdani. But then you went on to interview an operator from an Islamist Marxist group. Do you understand the level of hypocrisy you just showed people? Now, you were hoping Americans won't know any better because Americans aren't out there looking for rebrand of MEK. Many Americans don't even know about MEK. So to them, you're just interviewing someone who's in opposition to the regime, and you failed to mention who he is and his background, hoping it's just going to go well. But wait, I'm here, sir. I'm here. I am going to inform the American people who was interviewed by America's mayor, who is the symbol of standing against tyranny and Islam and jihad and socialism and Marxism and communism. When I went after Rudy Giuliani's tweet, that was the end of it for me. But then when he doubled down by having Alireza Jafarzadeh, which I mentioned, the operator for MEK, I posted on my page and I said I was not going to go there, but we're going there today. We're going there. First of all, this is a fight for my people. After you coming on air endorsing MEK, and then President Trump decided we're going to stay neutral, I'm not going to stay quiet while Republicans of America are going to try to pull what Democrats pulled in 1979 and place their Islamist Marxist billionaires to continue torturing my people. I have a dream. I have a dream to go back to visit my country. You don't get to destroy that dream just because you're America's mayor. You might have done great things for America, might have done, but where you stand today tells me that you have sold out, that you had a price. I don't know how much your price was, but based on reports from different outlets of left, right, Congress itself, your fee to show up at MEK events, depending on the location, how far it is, and what kind of crowd is in, is between $20,000 and $100,000. I guess that is your price. Now you're selling Iranians and Americans to Islamists, Marxists, and then pretend like you care that Mamdani was elected. Quick list of other pro-MEK in lobbyists in U.S. We have John Bolton, who does also deliver paid speeches for MEK rallies. We have Tom Ridge, former Homeland Security, who's a vocal lobbyist for MEK. We have Howard Dean, former DNC chair, and that's funny. Mayor Giuliani, you hate Dean. But when it comes to MEK, you found common grounds, right? Gingrich is another one. Mukasey is another one. General James Jones is also another one. And Patrick Kennedy. Patrick Kennedy is a very, very loud supporter and a frequent speaker for them. And then who else do I have? I have Joe Lieberman, former senator of Democrat Party. I want you to know this is not a single beef like Giuliani only. They have infiltrated the U.S. government, and we'll show you the proof when we come back from our next ad break, but they have infiltrated. But I'm talking Giuliani because he's the most credited America's mayor who's abusing that credibility to push this terrorist group so he can continue collecting that check. We'll be right back, guys.
Hello, I'm Brandon House. Melissa and I have been taking Bella Grace, this powerful elixir, since last fall, 2023. The results have been amazing. My hands would crack and bleed, deep cuts and cracks every winter for years. No matter what we did, we couldn't get them to stop cracking and bleeding. This year, I took Bella Grace, no cracking, no bleeding. My acid reflux, gone. Haven't had to take a Pepsid. My hair growth, the last 2 times I had my hair cut, the lady had to use thinning shears on my hair. That's amazing. We've also received incredible feedback from you, our listening audience, and the impact it's had for you. This is loaded with astaxanthin. That's a powerful antioxidant. Collagen, but top grade collagen. Studies show 95% of it is being absorbed in the body because of the way they develop it. Then we have something called cat's claw. That's an anti-inflammatory from a vine in Peru. It's the bark, and it's an anti-inflammatory. There are about 80 clinical trials on Bella Grace. Please get a subscription now and save. MelissaHousebg.com.
Welcome back to Live Up to Freedom. Thank you so much for staying with me until now. Let's do this since I only have like 12 minutes. Thomas, are we ready to roll the interview from last night? Yes. From minute 28 something. Perfect. Let's roll a few minutes of it and then we go from there. Here we go.
I mean, I would up until then, I would say I couldn't understand how the people in Minneapolis voted for him until people in New York voted for the communist, Islamic extremist loving Mandami.
Right. So
well, the stuff going on in Iran is very, very, very important, and it's considerably more advanced than Western media likes to portray. For some reason, Western media is like a Democratic Party. They like criminals, they like communists, and they like terrorists. And they seem to really always favor the Ayatollah. So you don't find out until, you're not going to find out until it's over if the guy's been deposed.
right.
And the reality is protests are going on all over Iran. But last night I watched my friend Hannity interview the son of the former Shah of Iran, and I was kind of shocked that Sean did that without pointing out that the father was a brutal dictator. He had a secret police called the Savak that tortured and killed many Iranians. Iran had actually arrived at a democratic government in the 50s, and a corrupt cabal of American and mostly British interests using the CIA overthrew them because they wanted to control the oil. They overthrew the democracy and brought the frightened little Shah back. That's his old man. This is like gene pool reduction each generation. The original Shah was kind of a really tough old bastard. The next one was like couldn't make up his mind a lot, but he sure knew how to kill people. And the Savak knew how to do it in his name. And the son has basically, just lived off all the stolen money from Iran, not done a damn thing. And I've been involved in the effort to overthrow the Ayatollah for 15 years. I haven't seen him around. And I have on Ali Reza Jeff Sadardi, who's been involved his whole life in this effort. And I really have him on, not just to tell us the progress that's being made, but tell us about how dangerous it would be if somehow the little baby Shah got involved. The Nepo Shah.
Nepo baby.
Nepo baby, yeah. Ali
Well,
Reza, how are you?
Great seeing you, Mayor. Thank you so much for inviting me on your show. As you said, there's a lot happening in Iran. Today is the 11th day of the protest going on, and the regime has done everything to put down the revolt. They have been unsuccessful so far. And things don't just happen by themselves. There are people who are fighting on the ground to make sure the dynamism and the momentum of the protests are continuing. You mentioned the main Iranian opposition, the Mujahid, the MEK, who have an extensive network of support, but also they have what they call the resistance units. These are mostly young people who are committed to confronting revolutionary guards, and they're organized in various cities in the country. And just in the past 2 days, there were a lot of fighting back and forth between these resistance units and the revolutionary guards. Just in the city of Lordegan, which is in Char Mahal Bakhtiyari province, which is central south of Iran, a lot of clashes going on. The role of these resistance units were crucial in continuing the momentum and pushing back.
Okay, let's come back. Okay. Oops, he also said the name out loud. Did you hear that? Mujahid. They've been told not to use the full name, which is Mujahideen al-Khalq, because Americans are now familiar with the word jihad. So they try not to say that. They have rebranded themselves, but they still go with MEK. Here, I only have 7 minutes. There's another 5 hours. Thomas, is there a way I can go like 10, 15 minutes over? If not, that's all right. I can manage. Okay, perfect. We can go a little bit. Okay. Thomas, on the email, on the one with the madness, there is one link of Congress. It's congress.gov, CRS, produced right below the video. Can we pop that open real quick? Okay, let's go to the very top under the background. I want to read this, and I want you to see this. This is from Congress, people. I did not make this up. And this is Congress. Dated February 25th, 2025. Let's go on their background. The MEK was founded in Iran in the early 1960s to oppose the government of Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi and last Shah of Iran. The group's foundational ideology has been described by one historian as a combination of Islam and Marxism, alongside and in periodic collaboration with other opposition groups of various ideological background. The MEK in the 1960s and 70s sought the overthrow of then US-backed Shah through guerrilla attacks against the Iranian government and other targets. Some of these attacks killed US military personnel stationed in Iran. I'm going to leave it at that. If anybody wants to read the rest of it, you can find it. Just look up MEK on Congress website. You'll find it. One person on my comment sections, Wendy, you said, Giuliani is just giving an opinion. Not many opinions. So are you telling me you're okay with America's mayor inviting, I have his position here, Jafarizadeh is the deputy director of MEK. You're okay with Giuliani spreading lie and propaganda. On Monday's show, when I come back, I'll tell you, I expose the lies about the Shah, about Sabak, about who he dare calls a old tough B word. You're okay with him lying. You're okay with him spreading propaganda. On top of that, you kind of call him inviting the director of the organization I just showed you that has American soldier bloods on their hand, and you're going to call it an opinion? Good for you. Cheers, bro. Good for you. I don't call that opinion. I call that's the thing. When you make a deal with the devil, when you accept 20,000 to 100,000 per appearance for 15 years, as he said. Now, mind you, MEK was lifted from terrorist list of America in 2008. Giuliani was the first one they grabbed. Late 2009, early 2010, Giuliani became the spokesperson for MEK, fresh off of a terrorist list. When you collect that much money from an Islamic Marxist terrorist group, one day you have to cough up the favor and you have to give opinion that could possibly destroy more Iranians' life. Thank you, Jerry, for saying you're not okay with this. Thank you, Wendy, for saying no one should be lying concerning with evil people. I have pages. Thomas has an email with a mess of images and pictures and links and videos, but I only had 1 hour. And I know I can go a couple of minutes over, but that's not enough. I want you to come back Monday because this isn't over. I said it on my post. I said it today. I'll say it again. This is about my people in Iran and my people in America. If Republican Party led by Giuliani thinks I'm going to take a breath while they push the propagandas, lies, and try to push MEK in any shape or form out there as a good group of people who were just oppressed by the Islamic regime. You saw it was created in 1960s to topple the Shah of Iran. For them to cry that Khomeini oppressed us. You started before Khomeini. You helped Khomeini. Go online and search MEK plus Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein paid millions of dollars to MEK for MEK to sell Iranian people out during Iran-Iraq war. And to every single person, I know people personally who will probably write me an email after this show to tell me how I'm confused and I bought into the Islamic regime propaganda. To anybody, paid or unpaid, who in any shape or form stands there and say, I love America, I'm an American, I'm a conservative, you should have nothing to do with MEK, not because they were oppressed by Khomeini. No, because you meet with them. You'll see them. Can we pop up a couple of those MEK pictures, please, up? You see their uniform. You see their hijab. You see their prayers. You know they are rooted in Islam. Again, this isn't me saying or making things up. You see Maryam Rajavi, wherever you see him. The communist is all over these pictures when you look at them. I don't know how much you know about communism, but everybody wears the same thing, eats the same thing, has the same thing. Just looking at those pictures, you'll see. So if you claim to be a America First, pro-America, freedom, blah, 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 and then you go get a check or not a check from MEK and promote them, there are still enough Iranian alive to tell people who you are and who you're supporting. Somebody asked me on my Facebook today saying a few years ago, in 2016, by the way, this isn't something I'm saying today. I did a full 1-hour expose on a live stream on Facebook in 2016, which was removed later by Facebook. So this isn't about today. I have been warning about MEK since 2016, which is 1 year after I even became a public figure. Thank you, Pro D7, TD7. I agree. And I'm gonna, if you don't mind, thank you, Hediya John. I know you do. I know you feel my frustration. Exactly, Lori. Like, we don't know what's happening. Suddenly, Giuliani has Ali Reza there, and the tweet is out, and then suddenly Trump says today that it's not appropriate for me to meet with Reza Pahlavi. I will say this before I conclude and close. I will say this. My fellow Americans, today on January 8th, 2026, I will promise you, if in any shape or form the American government of either party even attempts to try to put MEK in power in Iran, Iranian people, you'll witness the bloodbath you've been waiting for against the Islamic regime. You'll see it happen against MEK. And Lord have mercy, as the relationship between Iran and America shall never repair itself. So if you care, bare minimum, for safety and economy of America, pick up your phones, open your emails, write your legislators. Let them know that America and Americans should not stand by MEK, Islamist, Marxist, terrorist group, should not be endorsed, funded, or backed by America, even by those like America's mayor who claim the respect and love for the Constitution, freedom, and liberty, while he sits there and dares try to take Iranian people hope and fight away from them, all for a nice chunk of cash. Guys, you're amazing. I see all of your comments. Yes, Lori, I do need a big hug. It's been a long 12 days. I am exhausted. I still have to work for the rest of the day and tomorrow and Saturday. However, I am so grateful for what people of Iran are doing. I am not going to give up, because I know for a fact that Lord is watching over my people over there. And that's all that matters. And I will do what I have to do, which is expose those who are trying to get in the way, because that's not going to happen. I appreciate all of you being here. As I said, we will continue this expose comes Monday. I am also working on a documentary in between, I don't know, my, 10-minute breaks that will come out in about 2 to 3 weeks. It will be available for free to my paid subscribers on Substack, also available for one-time purchase for those who are not paid subscribers. Guys, please, I love your support when you're here, but I also do need your financial support. Remember, I don't get $20,000 to $100,000 checks to sit and tell the truth. So, cyruswellness.com, I promise you, you will fall in love with those 100% chemical-free products, and you will save money, make your home and yourself healthier while supporting me financially. LUTFstudio.com if you're looking for a unique handmade gift for someone's birthday or anything you need. LUTFstudio.com. Last but not least, subscribe to my Substack, liveuptofreedom.substack.com. And if you can afford it, upgrade your subscription to paid subscription so I can continue doing what I do. You all stay safe. Have a great weekend. If anything breaks, if major news, I will be back on air, most likely with Brown House. Otherwise, I will see you all back here Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Thanks again. Bye, guys.